Hello world, Shelly here, and today we are going to do an eye look with the Alamar Cosmetics Destino palette. I forgot about Alamar Cosmetics, and when I saw the name in this month's Boxycharm, it reminded me where I had heard of them previously, and I think I had a palette of theirs, maybe from a previous Ipsy or Boxycharm box. Alamar Cosmetics, I think the girl that runs it was Gabby, and she was friends with Kathleen Lights. I had to Google to see if I was remembering correctly. I'm pretty sure that was a thing, and that is how I've heard of them. Thank you to Ipsy for sending me selections from the November Glam Bag, Boxycharm, and we are in Icon Box month. I'm pretty sure if you did not splurge for the Icon Box this time, you might regret your life choices, because it's pretty doggone good. Let me tell you about Boxycharm and Ipsy and the Icon Box, and I will put a timestamp that you can jump to the eye tutorial if you would like. But if you're not familiar with Ipsy, they have merged with Boxycharm, so it's all under one umbrella now. The Glam Bag is $13 a month. You get 5 deluxe samples. You get to choose one of them. This bag this month is the softest freaking thing. It is taking all of my willpower not to just rub it all over myself. It feels lovely. Then the Boxycharm is $28 per month. You get 5 full-size products, of which you get to choose 3 of them. And then if you decide to splurge on the Icon Box, what it is, it's $58 quarterly, and it replaces either your Glam Bag or your Boxycharm in the 4 months per year that it happens. So you get 8 full-size products, and you get to choose 3 of them. So let's take a look at some of the things that are in this month's Glam Bag and Boxycharm and Icon Box. We have a shadow from V Cosmetics, a Prism shadow. I'm going to be using that eyeshadow palette that was in the Boxycharm, so I won't use this today. Then we've got Grown Alchemist. Sorry. Oh, I'm trying not to grab Sherlock. I can't read it. I just can't. Polishing facial exfoliant. Right. I looked at everything and I was going to try to remember. So this would be physical exfoliation, I'm guessing. This would be something that's got like microbeads, or like sometimes there's nut shells or a natural type of a thing to physically exfoliate and remove dead skin. Bravo. I like it. I like it a lot. Then we've got from Benefit. Can never have too much of this. 24-hour brow setter. I will use this. I actually have my own full size of it. I will use this today for my brows. Then we've got, this brand is new to me, and I looked them up, and I like them. This is Estate is the brand. This is the Most Wanted lip balm. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one or something that was in the Icon Box. We'll just have to decide as we go. But the reason I liked the Estate brand, they're cruelty-free and vegan, and their ingredients are ethically sourced. They are fully committed to inclusivity and amplifying the voices of underrepresented populations and communities, and I'm on board with all that. So I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna enjoy checking that out. Check out some more from Estate Cosmetics if that vibes with you. This bag is gorgeous. This is I love these bags. I love them so much. I think I got sidetracked when I was saying thank you to Ipsy for sending me these. I get these in PR. It's not sponsored. I don't get paid. However, my link does get me a small commission if you sign up for Ipsy or Boxycharm or the Icon Box through my link. Thank you, Ipsy. Not sponsored, but thank you. They do send me a selection of things for free. Just want to get that out there. I subscribed to Ipsy and Boxycharm when they were separate companies for years. The only reason I quit was because I realized that I could quit all my subscriptions and afford to upgrade to a Jeep Wrangler. So that's how I got my Jeep. I quit all my makeup subscriptions. I used to get all of them, Allure, and I was on Halo Beauty vitamins. Like, I had all of it, and so now I have a Jeep. But then Ipsy found me, and thank you. I love you so much. I missed you. Anyway, Boxycharm. Here's what came in the Boxycharm, the eyeshadow palette, which we will use in a minute. I'm not familiar with Kira Moon, the Flower Melon Super Hydra Serum. Then we've got another brand I'm not familiar with, made in China, Misho Beauty Sheer Glow Primer. And then I've already got my foundation on, so I'm not using that one today. This one Galactic, I've used some stuff. Now, we have a couple mascaras between Boxycharm, and just wait till you see what's in the icon box. Yes. But this is the Galactic. This is their Lash Play Duo Mascara. You know I am like a sucker for mascara. So, bravo there. We also got we got one of these, I think, last month. Anastasia Beverly Hills Satin Lipstick. Maybe it was 2 months ago. I don't remember, but I think this is... I'm going to have a hard time picking a lip, because it's either going to be that Estate Lip Balm, or it's going to be the ABH, because this is in the shade Taupe Beige, which I think is going to go very well with the eye look I want to do. Or it's going to be the one that's in the icon box from LYS Beauty, Love Yourself Beauty, which their foundation's beautiful. Unrelated. It's not in this box. So I just reviewed it a while back, and hold on, I need to get the icon box. It's down on the floor because I got too much stuff here. Oh my goodness gracious. Holy cow. Like, seriously. Whoo! Icon box. You get 8 full-size products. Now, the first one I've already used. I opened it and used it before I sat down to put my foundation on. It's from Patchology. It is, the usual eye patches. See the little, you know those. You know what I'm talking about. Am I going to be able to even show this without spilling it? Why did I do this? Why am I opening this right now? Bad idea, Shelly. You're going to regret your life choices. Now I can't even get it open. Here we go. You know these things. You know what I'm talking about. Whoa. Oh, that was so close. So I wore them for about 15 minutes as I was getting ready to film, and they don't stay put very well, which is a bummer because I am a multitasker. I'm not that person that puts on these face masks and then lays down and relaxes. No, that's not me. I need to be able to move around, do stuff, or at least be working at my desk, whatever. So they did move around a little bit on me. However, so I need Sherlock again. Actually, that's why I kept the box, because it said some things. So it's got, let's find the English side, green tea, mulberry extract, and vitamin C. Very good for brightening and waking up the eyes, and it's also hydrating. So I could very well, when I have my foundation and concealer on already, but I could very well see where, the patch stopped, because below that point where the patch was nice and smooth and plump, and above it I could still see my lines. So it did plump things up quite nicely. If you're a person who can sit still, I think they're lovely. I can sit still, it's fine. It's fine. I just wish they stayed put a little better. They were a little too juicy. You know what I'm saying? Where they slide slowly down your face. They didn't go all the way down, but it's all good. Another thing I'm super excited about, Dew of the Gods. I enjoy this brand quite a bit. This is the Theory. It's retinol and oat milk hyaluronic cream blend. I have not tried this particular product from them. This box is heavy. So I'm looking forward to trying that one. I do enjoy Dew of the Gods. I've got some face masks from them that are really good. Never heard of this one. Act Plus Acre, Actinacre. Cold processed stem cell scalp serum. This is for hair thickness and growth. It encourages those things. So seems like something good. Then, so this is the other lip product that I might use today. I don't know which one I'm going to do. From LYS Beauty, it's a kit, Speak Love. We have 2 different lip balm shades in here. So that's a maybe. That's a maybe. Then we have a definitely going to wear this from Bobbi Brown. No, Bobbi Brown, the brand, is no longer affiliated with Bobbi Brown, the makeup artist. And now that Bobbi Brown, the makeup artist's non-compete agreement is over, about 3 years ago, she founded Jones Road Beauty, which is her brand now. The one in her name that she was with for 25 years or whatever it was still produces products. So this is the brand that is no longer affiliated with her, the person, but that she was founded originally anyway. I always feel the need to explain that because I love Bobbi Brown, the makeup artist, and that doesn't mean I don't love Bobbi, because I loved her products when she was with this brand, and their foundations are beautiful. And I'm very excited about this one. This is a highlight palette. Oh, look how pretty it is. You can't see it yet because I didn't show you, but look. Ah! Oh, look at that goodness. Oh, it's a little bit pink. It's a little bit silvery. That's my favorite kind. Very excited about this. Definitely gonna wear this. I saved the best for last. Then we have a little skincare from Murad. I love Murad. I don't know why I said that so strangely. Rapid Collagen Infusion. So I like collagen as an active because as we're aging, we are losing collagen production, and we can help stimulate our bodies to make more collagen as we get older. And collagen is what, I got an Elvis hair sticking out. Collagen is what gives your skin its firmness, its suppleness, its bounce back. And when you're losing collagen, you get more fine lines because there's less in your skin to plump up and push them out. You get that sort of sunken hollow look. You get less bounce back in your skin. You get, the hollows of your cheeks kind of sink. Like, that's you're missing collagen. So I enjoy collagen as an active, not only because I'm starting to need it, but also because it's one of those actives that's non-irritating. So you can use it pretty much with your other skincare and not worry about interactions so much. So bravo, we got the Murad Rapid Collagen Infusion. Excited for that. The last two things in the icon box, very excited. First up, Laura Mercier. This is one of the Caviar Eye Sticks. The only reason I'm not going to use it right now is because I'm going to use that eyeshadow palette. But I have half a dozen of these, and I've actually recently been going through my old eyeshadow sticks because I've had them for so long, getting rid of the ones that are like drying out and way past expired. So I'm glad to start replacing them. I'm kind of on an eyeshadow stick kick, if that is a thing. Like, I just bought all of these at the drugstore. So we're going to have a drugstore video coming with these. I got a bunch of the ColourPop ones as well. I've just been on a kick. And the single pot shadows from Merit, like, I've been on this single, I don't know, it's a thing. Whatever. It's what I'm doing right now. Alright, the thing that made me almost squeal when I opened this box. Pat McGrath. Oh, I love Pat McGrath. This is her Dark Star Mascara, which I'm going to use it because I already have one because it's good, and I love me some Pat McGrath. Let me make sure I have everything I need. All right, let me set this on the ground, and let's talk about this eyeshadow palette. Oh, I feel a cat hair. The Destino palette. There's two things I think are really cool about this. Number one, cat hair needs to go. That's not number one. See this little thing right here? It's a lock. So there's no magnets in this palette, which is great for the environment. We're not putting excess non-recyclable things out there. So what you do is you slide this over, and once you slide it over, you can open the palette. And when you slide it back, the palette does not open. So I thought that was genius. I've really never seen that before. And then when you open the palette, let me get the lock undone. Then you've got the palette itself. Now, the other thing that I think is really cool about the design of this palette, if you need some inspiration, so they've got all the colors on the back. If you need some inspiration as to what to do with your eye look at the packaging. They have packaged this in the same shades that are in the actual palette. So if you want to see how colors are going to look with each other, like, I can look at this and be like, oh, well, the purple pairs well with the green, and the mauve can pair with the green, and the blue can pair with the gold, and the blue can also pair with the purple, and the mauve, and the peach. So, like, you can look at the actual palette and get ideas for what goes, because these all go with each other, because the colors are very well curated. And I'm having a flashback to, I'm pretty sure the first thing that I have from this brand was an eyeshadow palette, and I think I also thought that it was very well color curated. So bravo to the packaging, because I've never really seen this done before. I know that sometimes they say you can just look at the shadows and match them up, and this actually is very well arranged that way. So the purple and the green, just like it is right here, and then you've got that sort of lavender shade, and we've got the gold and the blue. So it, I mean, and then the, you know, the peach is over here, and it's kind of near here. Like, so I mean, I get it. But some people look at the shadows themselves and freeze up and are intimidated by that. So close the palette and just look at this and come up with your color scheme that way. Because I just think that's, I thought it was genius. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Bravo. I'm pleased. I think that's a very good idea. Where's my MAC paint pot in Painterly? I mixed it up in a previous video, and I'm still working on this thing. I'm telling you, you can refresh it. You don't even need to add anything to it. I just stirred it up, and it's good as new. Now, since I do put my grubby paws into the jar, I really should replace it. I'm sure that I am well past the expiration, but for germ purposes, I should really just buy a new one. But I'm just I'm just using up what I can. And it's like the only one that I can use up forever, and it never dries out, and it performs beautifully. Oh, I love the MAC Paint Pot. I don't ever need another primer in my whole life. It's just, I don't need it. Don't ever stop making this MAC. I'll be so sad if you do. Painterly's my shade, but if you are warm undertone, go with soft ochre. They're both beautiful. Oh, Sherlock, I think I'm done with you. Go away. Let's get this box out of my way for the moment. There's boxes everywhere, y'all. Brushes. I still haven't unpacked. I had several brushes in my makeup bag when I went on a trip recently for a weekend, and I still haven't unpacked it. All right, let's do the eyes. You guys kind of seem to like that super zoomed in tutorial I did for the Natasha Denona Xenon palette. So let me zoom in. Let's see here. I don't have my camera set up. So a few people said I had it super zoomed in, and a few people said they would want to see a little more of my face. I don't know why. Maybe because my eyes are creepy when you're that far zoomed in. But we'll do a little, it's zoomed in, but not quite all the super duper way zoomed in. All right, I'm going to start with my Wayne Goss number 17. And let's go with the shade. I'm going to start with Un Bueno. I'm going to apologize in advance for any of these names that I butcher. I took Spanish for a couple of years in high school, but I don't remember much of anything. I can say my cat is in the garage on the left. Mi gato es en el garaje a la izquierda. I cannot roll my R's. Oh, see, that's the problem with having it zoomed out. You see, it's not focusing. Camera, you're killing me. You're killing me. All right, we're just going to have to be all the way zoomed in, because otherwise it's going to keep focusing on my brush instead of my eyes. So yeah, my cat's in the garage on the left. That isn't going to help me with anything. I know like random words, like el autobús for the bus. Maybe that's the only random word I know. I don't know very much Spanish. 2 years, and that's all I remember. So, bravo to the U.S. education system. I took it in high school. I think it was sophomore and junior year of high school. I took Spanish. But I really don't remember it. I also took French in 4th grade. And all I remember is that, remember, if you're my age, you might, my age or older, I'm just stopping to look straight ahead into my thing here to see if this is going high enough so that if I'm not lifting my brows, I can still see the color, and I can see I need a little bit more on both eyes, because when my eyes are not lifted, I can't see it. Yeah, remember in the 80s when Wendy's did those commercials with the woman, the elderly woman, that would walk around saying, "Where's the beef?" Yeah. I can say that in French. Because that's when I was in French class. It was like an after-school special that you had to pay extra for, like a special class. And yes, I've been a nerd even since I was a little kid. I took extra classes because I'm a nerd. I need just a little higher. I like that shade. See how now you can see it even with my eyes relaxed? That was the point. I'm going to get my Sigma E25. Going to go into that darker matte called Timer. I know this is upside down, but it's just easier for me to pick it up and flip it, so I apologize. It's just going to be easier that way. Otherwise, I have to do a million cuts in my editing to get out the time that I spend flipping the palette over so that you don't have to suffer through that, but it just takes so much longer. So we're just going to go upside down, and I'm saying the colors. And this one's pretty simple because all of these colors are pretty unique. They're not close to each other. So if I say the matte taupe, you would know there's only one. Now in this case, I'm trying not to go too high up with the color. This brush is a little more dense, and so it kind of keeps things where you put them. I will likely go back and bring back some of that peachy after we get the rest of the eye look done. That's a pretty common approach that I take, because you do lose some of the upper part of that transition shade when you come in with your darker crease color. But I like to have it down for a couple reasons. Number one, it gives you that base on top of your primer so that everything else is going to blend more nicely. And number two, you do want a soft gradual transition from your crease up to the brow. So like depth to medium to nothing. But if you just go in after the fact and you do your crease darker color first, then that gradient isn't as smooth. So again, same thing. I'm going to look straight ahead and look to make sure that I can see just a little bit on the outer corner. And of course, as usual, I can't. So I need to bring just a little bit more. Now on this eye, this is also the eye that right here never holds eyeshadow. But that's just my own eyeball problem. I don't know. It is what it is. But see how now you can see a little bit? That's what I'm going for. Let's double check this side. We need a little bit higher. This side's not as argumentative with me because I sleep on this side of my face. I know, I sleep on my sides. I'm getting wrinkles, whatever. I can't sleep on my back. It's just not possible. I've tried. All right, there we are. That's where we're at so far. Gonna get my Smith 253 brush, and oh, this is where I have a decision to make. So I'm wearing my 30 Seconds to Mars hoodie today, and it's got some beautiful like greenish teal, kind of like this shade right here, a little bit like that one too. And so I want that in here somewhere. Maybe that's gonna be my lower lash line. So I think I'm going to go in with, is this Tiara, this plum shade, and the lavender Estrella. I don't know what these words mean, but that one there. I think those are going to be my main lid shades. And then I will use Buena Vista as my lower lash line. I think that's where we're gonna go. I think that's where we're going with this. So I'm gonna take the plummy shade in my outer corner. I don't want to go too high with it because I don't want to wreck my crease. That has some payoff. Sometimes mattes you have to build them up because they're just a little more sheer and they don't pack on so nicely. That packed on beautifully. And I'm kind of just patting it more than anything else. That has some depth to it. Bravo. I like that. Makes my life easier. You know, I kind of want my deeper shades to behave that way because they're deep and they're typically being used to increase contrast and depth. And my lighter shades, I would kind of like the option to build them up in the matte world because often they're being used as transitions and that flexibility is helpful. I like this. That means someone thought about all this when they were picking these colors and putting this palette together. I feel like I actually bought the stuff that you would need to make your own eyeshadows because I feel like I have preferences now that I'm gonna try making some. I don't know if it's ever gonna be any good or not, but I'm gonna try making some. All right, let's take that lavender shade and same brush. I just wiped it off in my little sponge color switch thing. It's like a lavender silver. I'm guessing that the best payoff would be, whoa, too high, if I applied it either spraying my brush. Nah, this got some payoff to it as is. I was reading the back of the palette and it said you can apply it with a fingertip or you can apply it with a little bit of dampness on your brush, but even dry brush, I think that applied beautifully. See that harsh line there? That's where I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush and I'm barely touching my eyelid, but do you see how that blends it out? Do you see how it's less of a stark line? I want that fade between them. See that? You just barely touch the skin and barely like wiggle it back and forth. And most of the time, that'll do the trick for you. I lay down the heavier color toward the inner corner. And I do kind of try to mimic a cut crease. I know nobody's really doing that as a trend anymore, but I think it looks nice in the front part of the eye. Do you see how that? I do want the sharp line there. You see what I'm saying? In that front part of the eye. But I don't want a sharp line here. So again, I'm just taking my brush and barely wiggling it back and forth to kind of ease the transition there. See how that blends it all together? All right, wiping that brush off. Let's go find. This is my Wayne Goss number 20. I'm so happy they put a true black in here, but I don't know if I'm going to use it today. So I'm first going to do the peachy shade one more time and take that back above my crease to make sure I've got just a smidge of that shade popping up here because I don't want to lose that color. See how it just brings it back? I'm barely touching the skin again. I'm also kind of faking the roundness that I want, which I don't have naturally due to kind of the weight of the hoods of my lids. And I do like to relax my eyes again and make sure I have enough color there. But you see how I'm kind of faking that roundness? It's draw your eyeshadow for the shape you want, not necessarily the shape you have. Unless you have the perfect, amazing shape, then you don't have to worry about this. I don't. I have very heavy outer lids, so I'm droopy on these outer corners, and I need to fake it with color. Which is basically I need a little bit of lift which is what I'm drawing on now. And then when I do my dark part, my outer 7, that is where I'm going to try to hide the puff. That's the extra like puff of skin right there. All right, I think I'm going to stick with that original shade that we were using. I would do the black, but I don't think I want a true smoky eye today. I'm keeping the same Wayne Goss number 20. These original ones you can't get anymore, but his new brush line, the first edition, I think it's called, launched, and I did order 3 of the eyeshadow brushes. One of them was similar to one that I've already got, so I didn't get the whole set of them, partly because of money, partly because I didn't really need to duplicate the ones I already have. But the middle blending brushes, I want to say it was like, maybe it was 2, 3, and 4. Those are the ones I ordered. They're not here yet. They haven't shipped yet. Outer 7, thank you Nisha from Sugar Puff and Fluff for inspiring the outer 7. It just gives you a little lift to focus on that top corner. You know what I'm saying? And to draw it that way. There's your 7 instead of a V. If you need lift on your outer corner, part of this is keeping from dragging things down, and part of it is putting depth and darkness right where you've got the heaviest part of your eyelid, because darkness makes it recede from people's attention, whereas light brings it to the forefront and sparkle brings it to the forefront. That's why we don't typically do shimmer shades in the crease when you have hooded lids, because you're really trying to push that part of the eye out of view and draw less attention to it, this heaviest part of that outer lid. But we're also drawing in a little bit of structure, so there's our backwards 7 in this case. These are nice mattes. I like these mattes. These mattes are nice. Then I look ahead, and I have to look in my 10X here because I'm blind, and make sure that the darkest part is equal height on both sides, because I tend to take it higher on this side because I have so much drooping going on, and then I look and this side's lower. But I think I got it pretty good this time. We are about even. All right, let me get my Wayne Goss number 5. Again, these are the ones that aren't there anymore. He doesn't have these available anymore. I'm gonna do that beautiful sort of teal. It's almost a cross between teal and mint green. Maybe the one next to it is like a true teal, but I'm kind of digging this greenish, tealish. It's a shimmer, but sometimes I like a shimmer for an unexpected pop. I think I'm going to deepen just the outer corner of this once I get this color down. It's subtle, but it's there. Let's get the other side. Oh, I better do this where you can see. I always do worse on this eye. I don't know why. It's got to be the angle. It's got to be the angle that I am drawing at, but... Alright, there's the green. I just wiped this off. I think I'm going to use the darker shade again. And I just want it in this outer, this little outer. Just to connect the top to the bottom. A little bit more. Just so that we have a little, I don't know, continuity? Is that the word? Is that what I mean to say? Just a little bit. Alright. Do I need an inner corner highlight? Of course I do. I couldn't not have an inner corner highlight. This is my Crown C513. I think I'll use that lavender shade, it being the lightest. Ooh, no. Let's do the highlight, the Bobbi Brown highlight, because I haven't put my face makeup on, like my blush and bronzer. Let's grab out of that Bobbi Brown highlight. I'm going to go in the lighter side of the palette. let's see. Yes. That's awesome. Because that lavender is just not quite as poppin' as I want it. But this is poppin'. There we go. I'm going to take just a smidge. You know me and my current obsession with a poppin' brow bone highlight. I can't help it. It's what I like. You should wear what you like. You should do what you like. Don't wear something just because someone else says you should or shouldn't. Wear what makes you feel good. Alright, I'm going to zoom you guys back out. Now that the eyeshadow is done. And... ooh, I like that. That's more dramatic than I expected. I still have to do the mascara and the tight line, all that. Ooh, but I do have a mascara. I hate tight lining on camera because I feel like it's creepy. I feel like my eyes look gross and weird when I do this. And I don't want to subject you to anything gross and weird. But, like I said, then I have to stop the camera and edit a bunch of stuff out. And it's just... and then there are a handful of people that will also say, I wish you showed the whole thing because I want to see how you did it. Well, that's how I do it. Curl the lashes. Now we're just doing the whole thing. Now we're just doing all the things. It is... this is it. This is all the things. Dun-ta-da. Now, here's how dry my lips are. I put my Lawless lip mask on before I sat down to film. And that's an overnight lip mask. And it does work really well overnight. But I'm so dehydrated right now. It's already gone. Like, I'm already craving more hydration. Alright, I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Dark Star Mascara from the Icon box. It's one of my favorite kinds of brushes. The fat, super bristly, but soft bristles, not the pokey bristles. I've learned to tolerate pokey bristles because some of my other favorite mascaras actually have the pokey bristles. But if I could choose, I would make a mascara without pokey bristles. If it was up to me. But this mascara is gorgeous. I mean, alright, fine. Let me zoom in again. I don't... Do you see? That's one dip. Let me do 2 dips on the same eye and you can compare. I'm a 2-dip kind of girl. I almost always do 2 dips into my... Now that's what I would call 2 coats. 2 coats to me, every dip into the tube is 1 coat. Even though I'm going over my lashes multiple times. I would call this is my 2nd dip, so this is my 2nd coat. Oh my gosh. Seriously? Like, this is a really nice mascara. I enjoy it. Let's get the other eye. Now, I am a 2 mascara girl. I almost always use a different mascara for my lower lash line because my lower lashes touch my face, and almost all mascaras will then leave little shadows of where they touch my face. Smudging, if you will. So that was the first dip. Dip number 2, here we go. Another thing, you don't want to like constantly push and pull your wand in and out of your mascara. Don't pump it. Because then you're introducing air into the tube and it's actually going to dry out faster. Just put it in there and do the, like, swirl it so that the edge of the, that's why this wand is flexible. Get it in there so that you're just picking up more product. Don't pump it in and out and in and out. You don't want a bunch of air getting in there. You don't want it drying out any faster than it will naturally from use. Do not pump your mascara. That's lovely. Oh, so good. So I use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Zero Smudge on my lower lash line almost all the time. There are a handful of mascaras that don't smudge on me. The Lawless One and Done does not smudge on me. Merit's mascara does not smudge on me. The MAC blue one, the blue tube, oh, what's it called? This one. Giga Black. I can wear that one and it does not smudge on me. But my favorite, because of the brush, this is the original one that does not smudge on me, and I love the brush for my lower lashes. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Zero Smudge. Now, I don't like it on my full lashes. I only like it on my lower lash line, but it is the best on my lower lash line. All right, there's the eyes. Let me zoom you back out. Let's do the brows, and then I need bronzer and highlight. So we have the Benefit from our Ipsy Boxy. This is my full-size one, but there was a sample size, travel size in the Glam Bag. This stuff is good stuff. It does not flake off on me, even if I go to town and use a ton of it. Like if my brows are not cooperating and I have to keep going in and using a lot, it does not flake up on me. It lasts all day. It is a good one. I've been preferring the, how do you describe it? Like the e.l.f. Brow Lift or the Anastasia Brow Freeze, like the clear. It's not gel, it's thicker than this. I've been preferring those because they can kind of like lacquer your brows in place. And I need some pretty strong hold to keep my brows up. I got a lot of brow hairs. Thank goodness I did not pluck them all off in the 90s. But the downside of that is they're very heavy and they fall down. Alright, I'm going to use the bronzer that I got on Yes Style. This is the Too Cool for School bronzer. It's an interesting shade. I'm just mixing the whole thing in here. It's a cool tone shade. It's almost like a contour shade. It's probably closer to contour than it is bronzer, but I really like how it looks. Like, I didn't know what I thought of it initially. I thought it might not be bronze enough, but the more I wore it throughout the day, I was like, I like this. So, I've been playing with this one lately. My Flower Beauty bronzer broke. Well, the bronzer itself is fine. The lid broke off the case, just like my last one, but this time it was never dropped. There was no abuse. The cats did not knock it off the vanity. There was no reason for it to break other than poor manufacturing and bad component design. So that made me mad. So I'm not using it. Yeah, maybe it's the fact that this is sort of contoury in its shading, but it's really pretty. And if you are fair-skinned, it's a nice cool tone. It does not orange at all. Bravo. That was a BK Beauty brush, by the way. Because I know someone's going to ask, and I always forget to say these brushes. 107, BK 107. I need some blush. I did not plan ahead. So, I'm going to open my drawer, and you know what I'm just going to go with my Lawless. I can't help it. It's so good. And when I don't know what I want to wear, it's a good default. It's like a bright watermelon. This was a limited edition shade, so it might be getting to the point where you can't get it anymore. I'm not sure. It was still on Sephora last time I looked, but that's been a few weeks. Just look how pretty it is. I love it so much. Dun, dun, dun. There was no blush in my Ipsy, was there? I don't think so. Look how pretty this color is. There's a little dot of something on my face. Alright. I love this blush. Beauteous. And now, this gorgeous Bobbi Brown highlight that I feel like, oh, it's so pretty. This is a Real Techniques brush. The number has long since worn away. I have no idea what it's called. I think it's actually like a concealer setting brush, but I use it for highlight. I'm just going to swirl in here. Oh, I really like that this highlight is soft. Oh, it's like ethereally soft. You don't have to worry about going in too hard. You know, did you see I was tentative at first and now I'm just going to town? Because it's such a soft, sheer... There's a little bit of glitter, you know, so if you don't like the glitter ones, but oh, goodness gracious. Do you see what's happening here? Without, with. Without, with. Oh, dang, that's pretty. I love a highlight that you can buff in. Not all of them work so well buffed in. But I feel like buffing in the highlight is just, especially on maturing skin where you might have texture going on, it's just so pretty. And it diffuses it. Ah. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I'm so glad I have this. I would never have thought to buy this. That is why I like these subscription boxes. There's always something in them that I would have not thought to buy for myself and therefore would miss out on, and then I discover it and I love it. That is why I like subscription boxes. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful highlight. That is so good. Lip. We're down to the final decision. I don't know what I want to do. Let me lock my eyeshadow palette real quick so nobody steals it. What do I want to do? I already lost my lipstick. Nope, here it is. I think I'm going to do the ABH. I think my gut tells me this color. Well, let's look at the color first. My gut tells me this shade is going to be beautiful. And, oh yeah. Here we go. Yes. Yep, pinky taupe. Pinky beigey taupe. Oh, why are my lips so dry? I'm going to put just the tiniest bit of my Lawless lip mask under my lipstick because my lips are so dry. They're so dry. Okay. Should I do lip liner? I should. Jones Road has launched lip liners. And I think one of these is a nice cool tone. Where I thought I was done with you, Sherlock. I'm not. The shade is dun, 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 mauve. That was easy. Whoa, don't draw it on your face. Don't talk while you're doing lip liner, Shelly. Okay. Ha 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 ha. I'm just gonna go on the outside. The outside edge. Jones Road being Bobbi Brown's actual brand now that she is involved with. And now, that's a really good match. Of course, it's a little lighter because of the gloss, but all right, finished look. Here we go. What do you think? That icon box, Pat McGrath mascara, Bobbi Brown highlight, that scalp care looks fantastic, the Laura Mercier eyeshadow stick, the caviar stick, like, that icon box this quarter blew it out of the water. The eyeshadow palette, thumbs up. I'm glad that Ipsy has brought Alamar back into my realm of consciousness, because I really like the design of this palette. I like the color curation of this palette. I like the packaging of this palette. And the shades are beautiful. The eyeshadows performed wonderfully. You should check out Alamar if you haven't. And you should check out Ipsy because it brings things into your life that you might not have already tried. There you have it. Another eye look, another Ipsy month, another get ready with me in the books. What would you like me to try next? Are there brands that I should check out? I keep a running list. I buy stuff whenever I can. Thank you, Ipsy, for sending me these selections in PR free of charge. I appreciate you and this, because you know me, I love trying new things and sharing them with all y'all. But let me know, what do you want me to try? I'll try and get my hands on whatever you like. Let me know in the comments. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.